Hi, this is Tammy, founder of Numbers Protocol. There are many people asking in the community that they want to know more about the team. In order to respond to the request, we have designed the Behind the Project podcast. Today, and also the first episode, our guest is Steve Chen, our angel investor, and is also a very important advisor of Numbers Protocol. Hello, Steve.
So for joining this behind the project recording. And I think for us, it really means a lot to invite you to join this behind the project and talk about your opinions for Web3. The reason is I think um, just like is that fair to say people from Web2 just have very successful experience in Web2, and then now we are moving on to Web3, and then it's to me it's very important to have your opinions because I always believe new technology is not going to be the replacement of the existing technology, and it's going to be an improved version. So if we do not understand what happened in Web2 well, and we are not going to build a good Web3. So this conversation to me is very meaningful because you have a lot of story and a lot of successful experience in Web2. And then moving on to Web3, I believe your experience and all your opinions will also be very important for projects like us who are trying to build good things in Web3. So appreciate and really thank you for doing this recording.
And much more. Thank you for actually listening and caring for my thoughts. It's good to know.
No. That's definitely very, very valuable. So the first question I would like to consult you is, so you are definitely a very successful entrepreneur and you create a lot of services that people rely on every day. So what's your opinion about this revolution of Web3 using the blockchain technology and people use crypto to as a payment and non-border and borderless. And so do you think it's truly revolutionary or just like a lot of people thinking it's probably just a bubble? What's your opinion on that?
No, I think it's a very exciting time right now. And I think it's a very good question where we're seeing the answers getting kind of formed as days go, especially in the more recent years. There's more and more companies that are starting to explore and enter this space of Web3. And it's not just startups, but even S&P 500 companies now are starting to adopt different forms of crypto into their traditional services. So I think the underlying technology, and coming from my background with the engineering, it's definitely revolutionary. And I think it's to see what that marriage when it comes to the actual space that's accessible by the consumers, how this technology and the actual consumer space and the application space merges together. And I'm really looking forward to just seeing this next generation of Web 3.0 internet starting to serve people.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I think the technology is interesting as well. And then also during the time when we build numbers, and there is one thing super interesting and super amazing to me, which is the Web3 infrastructure and crypto actually allows you to work with people from everywhere. Because it is much easier. So people always say crypto is borderless, but the borderless crypto actually create the possibility of working with everyone with borderless. So that's really amazing to me, and I really enjoy that. And the second question I would like to consult you is. So you have a lot of experience in creating or investing in content platform. So YouTube, of course, and also like Hitbreaker, you invested. So from your point of view, what's the challenging of the content platforms today, and what could be the potential impact that the blockchain Web3 technologies may bring to these content platforms?
Yeah, well, like I think as you mentioned, uh, as we were building YouTube, or even now today working on a new startup that's focused on the core of it is focused on a content platform. I think many startups, many of these services, they have good ideas, but the difficulty is you have content creators and the content viewers, and the difficult part is how do you get this loop started, right? How do you get the first 100 videos uploaded to YouTube when you know as a content creator nobody's watching these videos? So the most difficult part, especially in the social content space, is how do you actually get the content creators to find this platform and to be dedicating their time and energy into contributing to this platform. Uh, and I think the incentive is, I think, an area where blockchain and Web3 technologies can really play a role. If there's a way to be able to create some kind of almost an award system based on tokens, it's almost an investment into the content creators for their time, their dedication spent, their energy spent on and contributing to this platform. And while they're getting from day one, they're actually getting these tokens, and then it's a matter of time where the community bands together to be able to grant value to these tokens, to be able to, eventually down the line, to be able to create the value and potentially be able to even monetize these tokens. But I think it creates a reason for how content creators would want to be incentivized from day one.
Yeah, totally agree. I remember, so 2 days ago, I joined a panel discussion in the university to share my thoughts with the university students. And there was a question asking my favorite NFT. And I didn't choose those NFTs which can sell like millions of dollars, but the NFT I choose is the Time pieces. The Time magazines, they also sell the NFTs, and they archive some of their old magazines and then turn them into the NFT where you can collect. So even though it is not the NFT that people care the most, I would say, but I really love that. The reason is I think that's actually opened a possibility for the published industry and also everybody in the media industry. Yeah, so the next question I have is I watched a few of your interviews. I believe many people watch it before, and you mentioned that the original idea of YouTube it was actually a dating app. So this is very interesting to me and also probably to the numbers community, because as an authentic photo network and in the community, we have a lot of discussion about like bringing the numbers to the dating app and stop filter and don't allow people to use the filter, etc. And also recently there are some governments in some countries such as Norway, they start forcing influencers to disclose the filters or changes they make to the photos. So I would like to consult you about your opinion on this trend. Do you think that maybe we are towarding the future of authentic internet? Or what's your view on like bringing the authentic photo to dating app or to the regulation?
Well, I have to warn you, dating apps are different from all other apps when it comes to authenticity. Video services, after 1 week, 0 videos were uploaded. I think that people were a little bit shy about creating a video for themselves that was authentic when it comes to dating. But I think authenticity has always proven, and it continues to be a growing challenge, right? I think in the sort of the days past, in generations past, you have fake paintings, fake bags, and now you have completely fake identities where people are always fake profiles on the social networks, and so you don't really. It's difficult, and especially with some of the deep fake technologies that are out there, it's become easier and easier to be able to really create identities and really create content that you don't. It's difficult to believe, and seeing this content doesn't automatically translate to believing in this content, and that's to be a growing problem. However, I don't see the technology itself being the sort of the target to blame. I think the technology is still innocent. I think the technology, we should encourage this technology to be continually developed. But I think the world needs a way to be able to still identify whether this content in front of you is authentic or not. Right?
Yeah, totally agree. Especially, I think I am the believer of like technology is neutral. The next question I would like to consult you is the vision of numbers is actually to become the search engine and the indexing system of photos, including images and video in the Web3 world. And in this system, the photos will be traceable and the on-chain provenance will be able to provide the creating information such as who created and when and where it was created, etc. What's the biggest opportunity and the biggest challenge of this vision, like becoming a search engine in Web3, and from your point of view?
No, I mean, I think that in some ways you've identified, I think the biggest challenge for all these blockchain-based services is how to kind of connect the off-chain activities with the on-chain ones. Like right now, if I wanted to, I could airdrop any photo in my library and it won't be traceable by numbers. So I think that there's the opportunity there for numbers to provide this traceable information system to be able to resolve this issue. I think that people that are utilizing the technology with numbers can ensure that these digital goods are actually authentic.
Yeah, totally agree. So thank you so much for answering so many questions. Since the last question is, since this conversation is about behind the project, and our audience definitely want to learn more about Numbers team and Numbers project. So the last question is, can you please share one thing related to the team or related to the project or related to the founders that make you feel particularly interesting or special? Or it is okay if there's something particularly weird. That's also okay.
I mean, I think I feel kind of special to be working, to be collaborating, to be just talking, discussing with the Numbers team, which is considered to be a very agile team here based in Taiwan. I've been very impressed with all the products that the team has created. And especially to me, just sharing as many of the sort of my own backgrounds in Taiwan and then in the US in the technical space. To me, it's just a special opportunity to be able to contribute and to be able to collaborate together to do something together.
Definitely, and really appreciate. And we during the previous conversation, and we also learned and inspired a lot by the conversation with you. So that's really really nice and appreciate. So thank you very much for joining the behind the project recording.
Thank you for joining this podcast today. This is the first episode of Behind the Project. We will also invite other advisors and partners, investors to share their views in the future. So thank you everyone who is listening. Let us know on Telegram, Twitter, or Discord how you think about this Behind the Project. Talk to you next time.